Okay, we're at the St. Mary's Episcopal Church and Cemetery, the cemetery portion of it. Did I say St. Mary's or St. Margaret's? It's St. Margaret's, regardless of what I said. They have been, this ground has been interring since the late 19th century. And I'm not sure exactly when. The congregation was founded in 1840. The building was moved here in 1880. So I'm guessing that's when it started. I don't know where it moved from. It was nearby. This was part of a plantation that a person was granted by the Spanish governor of East Florida in, I think it was 1790, I think is what it said. Anyway, one of the interesting aspects, there's two things about this cemetery that really, that I thought was very interesting. Jesu Mercy. Looks like they missed the Jesus, the S on Jesus. The first thing was these crosses. There's a bunch of them in the back. We'll take a look at them in a moment. That right there is where the bees come from. So we're going to stay away from there. But there's a bunch of wooden crosses out here. The people who founded and pioneered this area are buried here. And the second was that we have oh wow, that was 1871. So they've been, at least since then, they've been interring at least since then. They have two rebel graves with actual rebel flags on them. Not the American flags that we see at some of the politically correct cemeteries. These people are trying to be true to their history and our history, and these men's sacrifice and heritage. This guy, M.U.S., I wonder what that means. It could be mustard in, or I don't know. Davis Floyd, Company G, 2nd Florida Cavalry. Very cool, very cool. And this isn't big, but this has a lot of recent burials. Less than 50 years. And since the 90s. I don't think I've seen any O's yet. Trying to work on my shaking. I don't like looking at my videos and seeing all the shaking, but it's not that I have palsy, it's just not really paying attention. Oh, there's a 2018 burial, but I don't know these. I got to find out more about these. These are all unmarked. They're all out in this area. Almost all of them are out in this area. So were they slaves, blacks, ne'er-do-wells? I mean, who's buried beneath these crosses? Obviously, someone has done some archaeological work, pretty much at the same time, because these are all the same style and make of crosses of wood, and we got a 4x4 with a 2x4, and it all looks the same, roughly aged. You can tell it's pressure treated wood, but it's been out here a while. So this work would have been done some time ago. I don't know. I tried to find out a little bit more about it with my phone, but I'll have to find out about it when I get home. I can do some proper research. Or maybe someone in one of the groups will know. But a lot of times in these cemeteries that were further out, does that say 1803? 1903. Okay, that makes more sense. There weren't separate cemeteries. Everybody was buried in the same cemetery. A lot of times. Even in a bigger city like Tampa, we've seen that. With the criminals, the blacks, the slaves, everybody, well, the only difference there was that the Catholics were separate, but that was by their choice. But a lot of areas we see where they're separate. Separate cemeteries, completely different cemeteries. Alright, so I'm gonna look up here and try not to get stung again. I thought this one here, I thought that was pretty neat. It's fairly recent, and those two I thought were fairly cool. This one here is 1918. Well, no, I guess that's not recent. These are the ones that are recent. Stay away from the bees. Okay. Yeah, those are 1890 right there. These are 1996, 07. So they're fairly recent. Boy. And I'll close. Oh, it was a priest. That's what Brenda was saying. I pointed to her and she kept saying that and I didn't understand what she was saying. Priest. That's what you were saying. Priest. Because she's Catholic and Episcopals are basically Catholics. And, cool. Very cool. So that's what a priest grave looks like. Interesting. Martha Ryland Knopf must have been a sister. I don't know, maybe the Episcopals allow their priests to marry. Okay, very cool.